Created paradise with a pair of dice. Ass filled, you can feel it in the air tonight. Adjust the fan height, high fuck the thermostat. Johnny got his burner back, wish a nigga would. I wonder where Timmy Turner at. I need the drip, I'm hitting PLA. I'm an artist and my easel is beneath my stilo. See Montana and Marino parked at the
What's up, man? This is LOSKO PROJECTZ, and I'm your host, Nathaniel. And we got a special guest today. His name is Keith Halterman.
Halterman, yeah.
Halterman, I said that right. He got a little backstory to him. That's why I wanted to bring him on my show. It's not all about pros. It's about the locals. It's about people who did something for the community, that helped kids out, and you were one of those guys that did that. You know, you did that. You did that with Epic, and you did like little contests and whatnot. And I just want to shed a little light on that.
Yeah, I've been around for a while.
Yeah, I'm a little fucked up right now. I just fucked up my ankle, so on the ramp, my first time ever.
So, okay, so let's just start there because I'm sure everybody's looking.
Yeah, see the ramp?
Everybody can see the ramp.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So we are at a new location, still ironing out the actual branding name and all that, but it's going to be basically called Ramp or Be Non.
Okay.
It's like a club. So this it's a big facility, not big, but it's a facility that's going to be a like a.
Wait a minute, fucking dude! Okay, I can clock it. It's all good. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
So
sorry about that.
So it's a facility that is going to be like a for rent event space. It's got a stage, a sound booth, a bar. You have 4 beers on tap, hot food, cold food, and a beautiful 4-foot mini ramp. The ramp was built by Pro Joe, master builder.
All right. Shouts out to Joe.
We had numerous hands help, but Pro Joe was the main mastermind behind the design and the structure of the ramp. So yeah, that's where we are now. It's also going to be an office for my production studio. And possibly the new home for my podcast.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. I thank Keith for this whole thing. Me coming into his dojo, his lair. It's like a little ramp lair.
It's a man cave.
Yeah, it's a man cave for beers and partying. It looks like it's gonna be, so it looks dope as fuck.
Yeah, it's about halfway done. And the owner, his name is Chris. He's put a lot of money into it, put a lot of time into it, and it's. I think it's going to be something really cool.
No, it's sick. Check it out when it's available. And
yeah, I can't really send you anywhere right now because, like I said, we're still kind of working out the branding.
It's not anything.
But once the social media hits, you guys will see it. It'll share. It'll be out there.
It's going to be sick. I recommend coming here.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Because I just came here and I got hurt. What, the first 5 minutes?
First 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes. You tweaked my fucking ankle, dude. Fucking bullshit. But anyways. We'll get to a little backstory of Keith so people know, what's going on. Where you were raised at, and how did you get into skateboarding, and what influenced you?
So I'm a Sac native, born and bred South Sac, and started skating around 10-ish, 10, 11-ish. Started riding my friends' boards at school. It took till a little bit before 12. To finally convince my mom to actually buy me a board, because she was not about it.
Oh, she said, "Fuck that!
No,
you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna go to the hospital."
Yeah, she was not about it. So once I got one, then I started skating, and it was off to the races.
You should never stopped after that.
Yeah, I just haven't. I took a little bit of a few breaks. I've had a massively love-hate relationship with skateboarding,
like we all do.
Yeah, because in the beginning it was all I wanted to do, it was all I did, and then I kind of fell out a little bit, and then got back into it, and then fell out a little bit, and then tried to do the sponsor route, tried to do I just wanted to be involved in the industry.
Yeah, I was the same way. I even got in an argument with my older brother when I was younger. I'm gonna go fucking pro watch.
I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere, but in reality, like you said in his podcast, it's 1%.
Yeah, and it's the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, so You had a dream, and
yeah. So I mean, I wanted to go. And I was a good skater, but not a great skater.
Yeah, I was a decent skater, but never like, oh shit, I should be pro.
I was really good at the tricks that I could do.
Yeah,
like the little bag of tricks I had. Every try, I was like,
I was just a big gap jumper.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah,
if it was 15, 18, I'll fucking blast over it.
No.
I love it. No. But I wouldn't like flip trick. I wasn't like a flip trick person. Yeah. I was just a fucking coaster.
That was me.
So anything,
flip trick,
you give me a gap,
yeah.
I'll fucking. You can do a kickflip over it, whatever, dude. But I was just an ollie. Like the Twin Towers, over by the Twin Towers, they had those ledges that came out over the grass.
Yeah.
I'd fucking blast over that thing. I love that thing.
Those gaps were scary.
Yeah, they were. And all the pros hit them though.
Yeah.
Marcus McBride hit it.
Everybody had to hit it once.
I think he. Yeah, I think he. Did he switch flip it? Or I don't know what he fucking did. I think he ollied it or shoved it. I don't know, dude.
Lots of people did lots of things.
They did a whole bunch of shit. I know Beeble nollie flipped it. The other side though, they had two sides of that building. They had the real long side with the gas.
Yeah.
And they had the short side. I was messing with the short side.
I skated the short side a lot too.
Yeah, short side was fun. Anyways, from there.
Sponsor
route.
Yeah, from there. I mean, I tried and I got some like little I had little rinky dinky sponsors. You know, whatever. Didn't really do much. And then I fell out of skateboarding super hard, and then Epic opened, and then obviously
how'd you get into Epic? Like,
man,
how did that all work out?
That was some crazy shit, dude. Epic was
so there's a story behind it.
There's a crazy story for me personally, at least, how like I got in the door of Epic. So lots of people know the story of Epic, where it was like a dude started it, kind of fucked off. The mom, who had invested all of the money, had to take over the business and tried to save it.
Oh, okay.
And that she was the one that ended up closing it because she couldn't recoup her money or whatever. Okay, so
it's expensive to run something like that too.
Well, also if you don't know about Epic, I don't know what rock you were living under, but it was a 36,000 square foot warehouse.
It was nice.
That she didn't own, so she was paying rent.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, anyways. We found out about that place. We went there, me and another buddy that I had, who I met through a random friend who didn't skate. Him and I just started going to Power In together a little bit, just kind of fucking around. And John McKenna. I don't know if you John McKenna. So him and I were just like fucking around at Power In here and there. And then we went to Epic a couple times, skating it. We were just skating it. And then we went one day, and it was the day that the mom came and fired everybody and shut it down.
Oh shit!
Right, so we showed up and the doors locked, and it was me, John, and maybe like 3 or 4 other guys that we all just were like, "Hey, we're coming to sesh."
Yeah, like what's
knocking on the door, like you're supposed to be open. And the lady opens the door. Her name is Jan. She opens the door and it's like, "Sorry, I just had to fire my whole staff. I found out they were stealing from me and this and that, blah 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 blah." Does anybody know how? I got to close the skate park. We're like, "But what? You can't just hire new people?" And she's like, "Well, does anybody know how to run a skate park?" And randomly, John McKenna used to be the manager of B Street.
B Street, yeah.
So he was like,
Me?
I know. She was like, "Come on inside." So he went in, talked to her, got hired, literally opened up the park right there. He started working. At the time, I was working construction doing tile. I was like a flooring dude. Hating my fucking job. Just like hating my life.
And now you can do something that you loved and you could.
Well, I worked. It took me a few months to come over. Like John was working, and I came and did like a skate camp, and then like another skate camp, and then started doing like some lessons here and there on the weekends. And then one day I was just like, "Man, this is bullshit." You know what I mean?
Like
at work, just like fucking.
They just slaving it out every day.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
bullshit.
Working with like 50-year-old dudes that just all they do is like bullshit and like complain
and bitch
and bitch and moan.
And you're just like, "Fuck this."
I'm like,
"Fuck this noise."
Nah, dude, I can't do that. And thank goodness, my incredible wife had a good job at the time. So I hit her up and was like, "Can I?" And she was like, "Yes, go for it." So I was like, "Cool." So I went and left like $36 an hour job for like a $13 job. You know?
Yeah, but the thing is, you enjoyed it, and you.
Well, I was happy.
You were happy, and it was something you liked.
It was the only job I ever went to, like 2 hours early every day, and stayed like 2 hours late every day, like just because.
So did you like clean up the place too and fucking?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
well, I started out just as a worker, doing skate camps, lessons, working the skate shop, sweeping and mopping the park, just really taking care of the place. And then the lady was like, "Oh, you're not a 19-year-old. Like, you're an adult. Do you want to like be the manager? Because I need a manager." Because John had left. Yeah. John quit. So she was like, "Yeah." So I ended up being the general manager.
Oh shit! Okay, I did not know any of that shit.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I was the general manager of that place for a while, for a good minute.
Yeah.
And then
how many years do you think you were there?
Like a solid year, because the place was only open like 3 years.
Okay.
And I was there probably like a solid year of it. I was the manager.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit even more. Yeah, and we just fucking wrecked shop there, dude.
It was nice. I mean, I just remember them, Geoff and all them used to talk about you guys, and they're like, "Oh, we should session, and always see him there, and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Who the fuck is Keith, man?" Because they would, people would talk about you. He's like, "Oh, he's the epic dude." And I was like, "Oh shit." And then it went off to, "Oh, he's the board warrior guy." Yeah. And it went from there.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So from board warrior, when Epic closed, I left, and actually just random. I've had some really good luck in my life.
Yeah.
So like right when Epic closed, I got swooped up by a company. A company came in and did a couple of events at Epic, liked me, and were like, "Hey, you should come work for me because we're looking for a skate rep." And it was a website that was like a Facebook meets YouTube for board sports of all kinds.
That's dope.
It was whatever, but it was Board Warrior. They swooped me up as their skate manager, so I left Epic to a better paying job as Board Warrior, and then within the skate management came the responsibilities of managing the team as well as filming. So I got set up with all the equipment, all the editing stuff.
Because you were filming, and then wasn't there another guy that was filming with you too?
I've had a bunch of guys film with me.
I think Dave something, or I don't think that was his name.
I don't know Dave.
Yeah.
Derek.
There you go.
Yeah,
I knew it was
Derek Maves. Yeah, he was filming with me for a while. I've had Corey Patterson, Dylan Bonnell. I've had quite a few guys that have filmed with me, that I've filmed, that we collab. I mean, the filmer community, we all film together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you film, you probably know the other filmers. Like, you've come across.
Yeah, because if you go on YouTube, there's a bunch of Board Warrior shit on there that's great. Especially from Trino and all
there.
Yeah, it's there from him, and was it Chris Gwynn, dude.
Yeah,
I love his skating. I've always loved his skating.
Kenny Pratico, little early footage of Matty Jesse.
Yeah, Matty Jesse. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we did it.
We had a squad.
We did it hard for a couple of years with Board Warrior. I tried to treat those guys as much as professional as possible, so I tried to give them as much as possible, and that might have been our downfall.
Okay.
You know, but we lived good. We those guys will always remember that.
You filmed good parts, man.
We've got a couple of amazing films that came out of that.
Chapter 1 with Chris.
Yeah, Chapter 1 was cool. Chapter 2 was even better.
Yeah, with full.
Maybe someday we'll go back and do Chapter 3.
Yeah, we could.
The final chapter.
It never dies, man. Skateboarding.
You can find both of those on YouTube.
YouTube, they got a grip. You got a grip of them on there. Got a whole bunch of stuff and clips, and then you got a whole. I've seen. I don't know if it was you or someone else that was filming with Carl Watson. I kept seeing Carl
I got
Watson
a bunch of footage with Carl Watson.
Yeah, such a good dude, man.
So Carl, I got hooked up with through
the Organica.
Well, actually, I got hooked up with him through a couple of my mentors, Robert Ferguson and Tion Torrance, Buku One. I don't know if they're Bay Area dudes.
Okay.
But they're like buddies with Carl. As well as I'm hooked up with a skate shop out in the Bay, Orbit Skate. So I run all the media and film the team for them.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I make Bay Area trips constantly.
Shit. Okay.
I'm all over the place, dude.
Dude, you are all over the place. See, that's why we got him on the podcast. A lot of stuff I didn't know. You know, I knew a little bit about Keith, but
there's a lot of stuff I don't advertise.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he's done a lot, man, and I appreciate it. And I think it's just another person that's in Sacramento that's doing stuff that a lot of people don't know, but they should. I think people should know about Keith because he's a good dude,
I appreciate
he's a good dude, man. Hey, I met him. I think I only met him once and that was at Boulevard. You just
the
showed up, and I
video
saw you.
premiere.
I was like, you were like, what the fuck, what's up, dude?
Well, I saw you too. I was like, oh, I gotta introduce myself.
I was like, fuck, all right.
Because we run the only two Sacramento podcasts.
I'd even mention it, but About the Ender.
Yeah, that's another thing.
It's another podcast that's it's like mine, but I think it's better. It's good. It's awesome, man. You the last one he did Andrew Lange. Dude, go watch it. It's Guy's a Savage. He's a big savage.
Stories for days.
He's a huge savage.
He's huge, yeah.
But he's so fucking good. He's been good for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's like Anti-Hero and Chocolates. Dude, he was on a lot of board companies. Go check that out. I'll put the link and all that stuff in the description so you can see.
And we've shared a few guests as well.
Yeah, that's true. Mike Rafter,
Matt Pales,
Jerome. Shouts out to Jerome. That's a boy right there.
And Onion.
Yeah, Onion's a good dude. I like him, man. He's funny. Yeah. I remember when I filmed Onion, he was like, "Hey, dude, I gotta go get beer." I was like, "All right." I was like, maybe he's like, he has to, like me right here, just drinking.
He brought beer to mine too.
Yeah, just bullshitting, Just
bullshitting. Some people got to loosen up a little bit,
Yeah, I do. Well, right now, I was like fucked up, so that's why I had a drink too. And he was like, "Dude, I got a beer for you." I was like, "Thank God, dude." Yeah, when you over here and almost break your fucking ankle, and you want to skate, but it's cool, man. But back to the Epic. What happened?
Okay, so Epic brought me to Board Warrior.
Okay.
Board Warrior brought me to filming.
Okay.
Which I mean, I've always had a background in filming. Like, I was always the kid in the skate group with the camera, so we always made movies and did So I've always like done that.
Just like editing around. Too, and editing all that stuff.
Like I told the story on one of my last podcasts about how the first skate video I made was with 2 VCRs. I was like 14 or whatever.
But that was the way.
Filming on a camera that direct to VHS. And you know what I mean, like so.
It's old school.
Yeah, and I figured out how to put audio, music, onto it by dubbing.
Yeah, I would think just doing that, you had to be a genius back then. Like, it was hard, dude. It wasn't easy like now.
No, because
like,
we didn't have Google.
Oh yeah, you don't have
like literally. Okay, so I figured it out because my mom would dub tapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're like,
I'm like, okay, so I know that it's possible to take what's on one tape and put it on another tape. Okay. And I know that if you hit record and then pause, and then record again, and then pause, it'll break it, but it'll stitch them together.
Oh shit!
But if you hit record and you hit stop, there's a blue frame. So it's like, that doesn't look good. Okay. All right. So how do I get a full edited skate video without any blue frames? I got to do it all first try.
Dude, that's difficult.
Okay, so to do that, I got to take the raw tape and figure out where the tricks are. And there's a little time code that you can hit. So you just write down the time code of what the trick is.
And then you have to.
And you fast forward to that time code.
Put it on.
And then you hit record, pause. And you fast forward to the next one, record, pause, record, pause, record, pause. And if you mess up, you got to fucking
do it all over
again.
Fuck, dude.
So we had a lot of time on our hands. Kids, if you don't know what we did before the internet, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Because I would see, like, back in like 99, 2000, you would see Bam Margera in a room, and he would have like VCRs stacked on it, and he was fucking
multi-track.
Dude, he was just like, and you would be like, what is
the different angles?
Yeah, he was like, what is he doing? I was like, dude, we don't have easy shit now, kids. Fuck, dude. Boom, it's over.
Yeah, it's on.
They edit it in 1 minute. It's over. Fucking everything.
In fact, I think what GoPro has that app that just like stitches it for you.
Just
makes the edit.
Yeah,
boom, there you go.
Put music on. It's ridiculous. Kids are like,
oh, and then the music. So I figured out. Let me just try this. That if I just plugged in the audio, would it only transfer the audio and leave the footage alone? And it did. So I made a mixtape. I don't know if you guys know what a mixtape is, but a mixtape, and then like timed it, like played it on the boombox. I'm dating myself here. A boombox with the video while I'm watching it. Okay, it all lines up. Okay, so now I put the camcorder right up to the boombox, hit record, and then dub the tape, but only plug in the audio. And then it fucking dubbed the audio on there. I was like, oh yeah,
fucking mastery.
Okay, so anyways, so I've always had like a background in editing. So Board Warrior got me the equipment, and then I just started, and like we were talking about before we started recording, like so-and-so was like, oh, you got a camera? Can you? And I'm like, yeah. And then like other person's like, hey, can you
do this? Yeah, it just goes from there. Yeah, for sure.
And now I find myself in a position where I'm literally shooting something different, like almost every day. because there's a point when I say I've been really lucky in my life, I have, but I've also put in a shitload of work.
Well, yeah. Well, you put a lot of years on.
Yeah, so like after Board Warrior closed down, it was literally like every morning on Craigslist, like looking for work.
Yeah.
You know, putting my resume into different production companies every day. Just literally taking $100 gigs, taking this, taking that, just to pay the rent. You know.
Yeah. Anything that'll help for sure.
Yeah, and it's built. You know, it's built into something not quite huge yet, you know, but
but it's something you love and you want to just keep pursuing and keep doing.
Yeah, the way that I look at it now is my wife hasn't had to work in over 2 years. You know, we have a nice house. We've got a couple of nice cars. I've got 2 sons that want for nothing, you know.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
And it all was paid for by with a camera.
That's dope.
Yeah, so that's I remind myself of that like every day, you know, that sometimes I'm shooting shit that I don't want to shoot, or I'm doing something that I don't want to do. Like I said, I do a lot of bay trips, so sometimes those long drives and the traffic and shit is like, sucks.
Yeah,
you know?
but like you say, like you're doing it you're doing it to take care of your family. Yeah. At the same time, it's like, you know, it's not the hardest job in the world, but it's something that you can benefit from. And
well, what I do is I look at the guy next to me and I'm like, and he's like in his super nice Lexus with his suit and tie and shit. And I'm like, damn, bro, you just came from the cubicle.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
No offense. No offense.
That's me.
But
I'm cubicle.
You know what I mean? Like, you just came from a cubicle. I didn't. So what am I complaining about?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, what? Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, what am I complaining about? You just came from a skate shop where you were shooting a bunch of cool ass shit and skating with some dudes and like shooting the shit. And then you're driving home to go hang out with your family. Like, what? True. Shut the fuck up, dude.
No, I look at it like that too. I've did the hard jobs. I worked warehouse jobs. I've done, you know, hard jobs almost my whole life. And then I got this job, but it drove me fucking crazy because I was in a cubicle. But my mind was working on something else. It was working on skateboarding 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a skater, dude. I fucking get up. I get on my phone. The first thing I do is look on Instagram at skate shit. My wife my wife probably thinks I'm fucking crazy, but I've been like that since I was a kid. It's never changed.
She says crazy, we say passionate.
Yeah, there you go. Passionate. But yeah, I'm fucking crazy. But both probably crazy. But yeah, it's something that I'm in love with, dude. I'll never get out of it. It's a thing that keeps rolling with me every day. When I'm at work, dude, I'll do my work, but right when I'm done, I'm back doing shit. Skateboarding. That's my life, man. And that's what I see the same thing in Keith, man. He's about skateboarding, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, I love skateboarding, but like I said earlier, got that love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm torn because it provides, or because it doesn't 100% provide my income.
Yeah.
I shoot a lot of, like I said, a lot of different shit. I have my own 2 production companies, as well as I'm contracted with another production company and a photography company. So I'm like, every day I'm like, people are like juggling for who's going to schedule me for what day.
Okay.
You know, but some of that is skateboarding now, like with the skate shop in the Bay Area. But there was a time where skateboarding 100% was my income. And then there was a time where skateboarding was 0% of my income. And now it's like 30% of my income. So like I said, I have this love-hate relationship where it's burned me, but it's provided for me. You know, it's paid my rent, but then it's also burned me to the point where I'm like, fuck skateboarding. I'm done with this. I don't ever want.
Yeah, I want to do something. I want to do something else, so I don't have to. Yeah, but it still comes back.
Yeah, but it's always like, nah. Well, because I never will like stop skating. So that's what always brings me back. Is like, I'm like, fuck the industry, and then I run into somebody at a skate park, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, it's the same thing. We have a crazy lifestyle that we live, and I don't know. We just keep going. But anyways, what are your future endeavors with skateboarding, as in like this place and whatnot?
Man, see again, here we go. I thought with Board Warrior closing, with Epic closing, that my time with skateboarding was now, like in the skateboarding industry, was like, I'm gonna go do my thing with the skate shop. But that's kind of, you know, I don't really have any aspirations to like, and then this place pops up. You know?
This place is dope.
So I didn't have any future endeavors with skateboarding besides the podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast, obviously, I want to, that was my way of being like, hey, I could be in the industry and not really have anything to do with it. I can kind of just like talk about it. So that's cool.
Talk about it, and he just doesn't have skateboarders on there. He's had BMXers.
Yeah.
He's had other people down there, but to be honest, it's all sports. No, I can't say really sports.
No,
but just
we're
extreme stuff that.
So Cameron is the other part of that show. He's the audio engineer.
Shout out to Cameron.
Yeah, him and I. It's not just me. Like him and I, we collab on the show. We've talked about that of doing like snowboarders, BMXers, because it's about that ender. So if you got a video, if you got like a gnarly whatever video and you do whatever sport, whatever crazy shit you do, like
down
surfers, you know what I mean? Like I'd love to sit and talk with a surfer about some gnarly fucking shit that he did.
Yeah, because I know nothing about surfing.
Exactly,
but
snowboarders.
It's something where you're like, fuck, I want to know like how you do it.
Well, and also just like as a filmer, I'd love to get their perspective on shooting certain tricks because obviously snowboarding you have to shoot differently than you shoot skateboarding. Surfing you obviously have to shoot fucking differently than you shoot. I'm
actually going to do a pro snowboarder soon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Undisclosed, can't say his name.
Okay, all right.
But he's a good dude.
Yeah, so I mean as a filmer, I'd like to get in, pick their brain about their location choices or their shot choices or what they were thinking.
Yeah, because it's I'm not saying it's completely different from skateboarding, but it's something that we don't. I personally I don't fucking know.
It's a different culture.
I do it, but I don't know like the people and the culture.
Yeah, we all mesh together, but it's definitely a different culture.
Yeah, it's different.
They live in different environments.
Especially BMXers too. They have a love and hate relationship with skateboarders, just like scooters. Extreme scooter people have they don't like a lot of skateboarders at skate parks. We go through it with them, so but we all do. We all love some crazy shit.
Yeah, dude, the scooter thing, man. Boo scooters, but. I do have my one homie, Ron Sharp, who is a pro scooter rider. Ron.
I saw
him.
I saw him at Power In.
Dude,
killed the big rails, and I was like, "Who the hell is that guy?"
That guy's amazing. Him and I have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's my brother, dude. So like I'll fucking talk shit about scooters all day long, except for him. Except for Ron.
No.
Like boo scooters, except for Ron.
No, when he's at, it's funny because when I first saw him, I seen him at Power In, and I was like, who the fuck is this tall guy on a scooter? But right when he was hitting the big rail, over by Power In, he was hitting the big rail and doing tricks. Yeah. I was like,
it whips out.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I guess he's good.
All right, you can kick it.
Yeah, sure. I was like, go ahead, bro. Hey, and it's funny because nobody complained.
No.
When they see him, he was doing some shit, and I was like, all right, dude.
Well, because he doesn't hang out with any scooter kids.
That's true.
He only hangs out with skateboarders.
Yeah, he's good.
So we're like, all right.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He's a beast.
He makes fun of himself. So we're like,
you can't do anything about it.
Okay, all right, cool. Now that that's out of the way,
it's like you equaled us. It's all right.
We can hang out.
For sure.
That's cool.
Just like BMXers too. There's a lot of BMXers that have attitudes, and skateboarders, blah blah blah. But if you're cool with just doing it and just kicking it, and
don't start no shit, there won't be no shit.
Yeah, there will be nothing, and just go.
Yeah, just be a cool person. That's all you need to do.
What the fuck? we went off topic a lot.
Oh, that's all right. That's what podcasts are for, right?
Yeah, for real. So, what is the big thing about this place that you're gonna do later? Like the hugest thing? Do you want to have like the big events here, or?
Yeah, so for me, I see the coolest events that are going to be happening here, in my opinion, are going to be video premieres.
Yeah.
We'll do like a big white screen over here, just pack the house, just fucking skate sessions before and after.
This ramp's fun, that I skated for a little bit.
Maybe a band play after the video,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, this place is still evolving.
Yeah.
Just like my career. It's like constantly, dude.
Constantly turning over, going somewhere else, doing.
Yeah, it is.
It's good. That's awesome, man. That's why I had to get him on, dude.
I've been very open to what life is going to bring me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what direction are we going today?
Yeah.
What direction are we going?
It's like an open freeway.
Yeah.
That you're gonna keep fucking. You're gonna keep trucking because you ain't stopping.
Definitely no. Stopping's not an option.
No, stopping's not an option. I love the hustle, and I love the podcast thing and all of this stuff that we're doing.
But we learn something new every day.
Yeah, we learn something new every day.
So we forgot what we were talking about.
It's a journey. Life's a journey.
But, yeah.
It's crazy, man. I started this because I needed it because I was gonna go fucking insane.
The podcast?
Yes. I needed an outlet because skateboarding is my outlet, but I needed something else for my brain to function, dude. Because I was in a cubicle, like.
What do you do?
Undisclosed.
Okay. Never mind.
I can't really put that out. I will. I'll tell you off.
We'll talk later. But, okay. So you work in a cubicle. So
yeah, we're cool. It's just. I don't know, man.
Okay, so you needed something different.
Skateboarding, man, and I love it, and I'll keep doing it. And I think both of us have something good going, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Even though it's small, my shit's small as hell. You know.
Well, if your shit's small, my shit's even smaller.
We're both small, dude.
I've got like nothing. My numbers are. I've been doing it for a lot longer, and I got like no numbers whatsoever.
It doesn't matter, man. As long as you get it out there and people know.
I'm not consistent enough. That's the problem.
Okay.
So if you're out there and you're watching, and you watch my show as well as his show, and you're wondering why I only do like maybe 1 or 2 a month, like maybe
it's because he's working and he does other shit.
Literally, I work like 7 fucking days a week sometimes.
There you go.
So last year was a little bit slower, so I was able to do one, and I took it like super duper serious about the booking. So I had one out every other Monday the first year, and then.
That's a lot of work, dude. It's not easy.
It's a lot of fucking work.
And it's editing, and he does different angles, so he has to link that off.
3-cam setup.
I'll have to link that up
with separate audio.
Yeah.
And a screen record. So I've got like 5 video tracks, 4 video tracks, and 4 video tracks and 3 audio tracks.
Shit.
That I have to line up and then cut.
I keep mine simple because it's just like my brain.
So I've been simplifying. So anyway, I did every other Monday for the first like 7 or 8 months, and then I hit like my busy season in the fall, and I literally worked like 37 days straight, and then like had a couple days off, and then worked like another 30 days straight. So I literally took like 4 months off from the podcast. I like didn't all of the winter.
I think I took off 4 weeks.
Yeah,
that's probably the
like the whole winter did like nothing.
Yeah,
and I was like debating whether I wanted to do anymore.
No, you gotta keep going, dude. No.
But I was like, I don't know, man. It's super like I don't know. It's a lot of fucking work. You know, it's fun. It's a lot of work. Like fuck, man. And I'm like, I don't know. And I had gotten a couple of people in a row that were like, yeah, I'll come on. And I'm like, okay, what about this date? And then they just like don't hit me back.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those,
or they schedule and then right before they're like, no, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay. I got people on the day of when I'm in front of their house.
Oh, been like no.
And they text me, hey, I can't do it. I'm already here, but I'm like, you know what? Hey,
that's the game though.
I was like, everyone's busy. I can't be an asshole and be like, what the fuck? I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. I'm a humble dude, and I'm like, hey. If it don't work out, fuck it.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's not my attitude too.
Like, fuck it, dude.
But so I was on the fence of whether I wanted to do it anymore. Like, I don't know. And then I got a couple of messages on like social media. Hey, I really like the show. Are you gonna do any more? When's the next episode coming out? And I'm like, and I would like conversate with those people and let them know like, I'm not really sure. And they're like, oh, but it's really sick, Oh, okay. And one of those dudes actually ended up being the first guest that I came back with, Kenny McOsborne. He was one of the dudes that hit me up and was like, dude, your show's sick. Like, you gonna keep doing them, or is it over? Like, what, dude? Like, I just discovered your show, and like, I noticed
it's not. Yeah, you got a little space in there.
And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. He's like, well, I'm down to come on. And I'm
like,
fuck it, all right, dude, let's do it. Come on. And that kind of sparked it back in. And then now. I don't know if you've noticed we've fallen off a little bit in the last I'm in my spring busy season. So I have like spring and fall are usually like I just work the entire spring and the entire fall, and then summer's like and then winter I just like hang out with the family.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, you got to set the family first, man. Then
yes, but it's also hard when you're trying to build a business.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I have a toddler. I've got a 2-year-old and an 11-year-old, so it's really hard to make sure I spend enough time with them. But it's also really hard to build businesses.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But it looks like you're still doing it though.
So luckily, I work a lot from home.
Yeah,
because I spend a lot of time editing. So a fraction of my time is spent in the field shooting, and then most of my time is spent editing.
Editing takes forever.
So luckily, while I'm not spending like entire days with them or whatever, I'm at home all the time. So I'm every like once an hour, I get up and stretch my legs and go out and like kick it with them for like 10 minutes and then go back in the garage. You know, so it's like a weird balance where like they see me all the time, but like in short little spurts.
Yeah, but you have to do that.
But then it's good that, you know, they're both boys, so they both get to see that I'm like constantly working. Yeah, just work. You
gotta understand that dad has to do something for a little bit.
So men do it. Fucking work.
We gotta work. God damn it. Yeah, man.
You got a bunch of notes.
Yeah,
notes. That's cool.
I got a bunch of other people I gotta get to on, man. It's been a little struggle to get people on, man. I'm not saying it's easy, man. I understand the podcast stuff, and people are like, "Oh, you got this person on, blah blah," but they don't see behind the scenes when you have to actually hit them up, what time, what day. Yeah. You know, oh man, I'll reschedule. It takes a little time, man, and it's frustrating sometimes.
You're telling me, dude, I've got 2 people to coordinate with.
Yeah,
because I've got my sound guy, who's my partner, Cameron. So I have to make sure he's available.
Yeah. Then that person is even coming.
Because he works a regular job.
Okay.
So it's like we only have like a few time slots available. So I have to like hit the people up and be like, hey, this is when we record. Do you want to be there?
You're like, please be there. Please be there, God damn it.
Yeah. So we're still figuring shit out.
No, I'm the same way, man. I'm by myself. I kind of like it.
Like, yeah, it would be nice. You know, no offense.
No offense to anyone that has like.
I don't want to do the audio shit, so I'm very blessed to have Cameron there because he takes care of all the audio bullshit. That I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. Just give me. I had
a lot of people hit me up, and they were just like, "Oh, you need this, you need that, blah 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 blah." You know, I take advice. You know, I'm all about.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you about.
I'm all about advice, but like at the same time, I like doing shit on my own time and when I want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give advice if you ask me.
There you go.
That's what I try. I'm a human, so.
Hey, he just gave me advice now, but we won't say anything about that right now.
Yeah, I try really hard to not just offer up my opinion or advice unless I feel like it might be needed. For sure. Like in that situation where I'm like, hey, I know how to fix that or whatever, you know,
or make it go longer.
Yeah, like I know what's going on there. Do you know? You know, if you do, I'm sorry.
With me, dude, I appreciate everything.
Yeah,
I appreciate. I came from a family, and I appreciate fucking the smallest things in the world. If you gave me a fucking rock right now, bro, I'll probably bring it home and be like, this is cool. This is from Keith. That's just the way I am, dude.
That's cool. No,
that's a good. I keep it that way, and that's how I am. I want to be with the skaters. You know, we're not here to make $1 million. It's not gonna happen. We do it because we love skateboarding. We do it because we love skateboarding, and we want people to hear these stories from here and far, from different type of people, and put it out there.
Yeah, my main reason for starting it was I had no social life.
Yeah,
because I was working so hard that I realized, you pick your nose up out of the computer and you realize you're like, shit, I have not hit anybody up. Like,
I like this. I keep my circle really fucking small.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't want to deal with bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a bullshit person. Like I keep it real small, and if the people I fuck with, that's it. Cool with me, I'm cool with you. That's it.
Yeah, same here.
That's about it, though. But hey, I'd like to thank Keith for being on here.
Yeah, dude.
It was a pleasure, man.
I appreciate it.
Later on, he'll have more information. I'll give him more information about this place, and you can come here and enjoy this. Yeah, luxury.
It'll be out on social media soon.
Oh, for sure.
And he'll definitely share it.
Oh, I'll definitely share the shit out of it. Yeah, but hey, I thank you, man.
Yeah,
appreciate it, Keith.
Follow me.
About the Ender.
About that Ender.
IG.
Yeah, Instagram. About that Ender. About that Ender _ Because some random person has about that Ender.
That bastard.
Fucker.
Yeah,
he's got like 2 posts on there. That's
get that motherfucker.
Anyways,
shut him down. But I'd like to thank 2 sponsors of my show, PLA and American Cream Company. Both great people, man. Support all the Sacktail skate shops, Boulevard, Line Skateboarding, and over by Mather. They're good people, man. Sacramento, to me right now, I think Sacramento is fucking blowing up skateboarding wise. There's so many goddamn kids right now that are good. You go to Mather, Power In right now at this moment as we talk. and there's a kid coming up and beasting right now.
The crop is good.
Oh, the crop is ridiculous in Sac. To me, I think it's probably the biggest in a long time. Just, you know, you're talking about, you know, Silva, you're talking about PLA, you're talking about Boulevard, Skate Team, you're talking about people that are just, they're constantly fucking rifling shit off. And I'm waiting for that Boulevard video. I want to see that, because they've been talking about it. I want to see that video.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So they got a good team, man. They got some good people. I did an interview with them, check that out. But I like to send a shout out to the people who support my show too. It's Boulevard Skate Shop, Willie's Workshop, and Esla Boom and Inman. And that's about it, man. We out.
Peace.